All right, folks, got an interesting video to you today. My friend John, we used to work in corporate America together, so we've shared some of the same managers, some of the same struggles. So a lot of the comedy that I talk about on this channel from corporate America, he's probably like, yep, know that guy. Yep. Anyways, today we are here to talk about what happens at the end of a lease on a Tesla Model 3. We're gonna show you the numbers. We're gonna show you some of the things that he's been dinged for on the lease. You've leased multiple cars before this, and your experience has been great in that you've always gotten money back on cars, credit, whatever, had money to put toward your next lease or down payment or whatever.
Yes, that's correct.
So leasing for you has been great.
It's been great, yeah.
But now, I've had a couple issues with the Model 3, so I'm gonna show you what they hit him for on this. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to go more in depth on Rivian leasing and the deals that you can get right now to be a little more in depth on that, because they make you put $1,000 down that is non-refundable. There's some things that you can't see up front before you put that $1,000 down. That made me uncomfortable when I was doing my lease, so hopefully that will help you out. Let's go into some of the numbers here. I will bring up the lease document. 2021 Tesla Model 3, what did you have before this?
I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2018.
Okay, and was that a lease as well?
And that was a lease.
So then when that lease was up, it was COVID.
Yes.
So you got a credit on that, took that money, and that was used as a down payment on the lease for the Model 3.
For the lease for the Model 3, yep.
Okay, so it's very interesting now that, let's see here. So your total amount due at lease signing or delivery was $6,600. So I assume that that was the money that you got from the Jeep.
Yep.
Then what you have to see here is a disposition fee. Now a disposition fee is money you have to pay the company to give your car back. So for example, on my Rivian, when I give my car back after paying them $34,000 for 2 years, I have to pay them $495. John here has to pay Tesla $395, which not good for you because in these previous experiences you've been given money back, so it's very different. The total number of payments, so this Model 3 is going to cost him $22,688.30. So show me here what Tesla is dinging you for when you turn your lease in.
Yeah, so they make you send in pictures on their app, and then they decide on what to ding you just by looking at the pictures. So I believe they ding me for some of the tire scrapes right here. Yeah. And I think the total was around $260 for the tire refinishing, I think they called it.
Yeah, like the rim refinishing.
Yeah, rim refinishing.
Okay.
And then back here, I showed them a picture of this damage right here, and they said that that was going to be about $560 to repair on that one. So, you know, it came out to be around $800 for repairs.
Right, after you turn it in.
After I turn it in.
Which, I mean, it makes sense, like to repaint and finish a bumper, yeah, that's about what it's going to cost, so I get that. But overall, how has your experience been with the Model 3?
Overall, the Model 3 has been fantastic. It's definitely the best driving experience I've had with a vehicle. It's just been phenomenal. The handling, the ease of use, the simplicity inside. Yep. I've liked everything about it. The maintenance has been nothing at all. So it's been very, very simple, amazing to drive. The kids love it. The kids like the whoopee cushion.
Yeah, yeah.
And they like the light show, like over the holidays especially. So, you know, the kids have had a good time with it, and it's been a blast.
And these tires look really good. How many miles are on it? Have you replaced tires?
Have not replaced tires.
Wow.
I work from home, and whenever we do trips, my wife has a hybrid, so we use her vehicle. So in 3 years, I put on 18,000.
Okay, so yeah, that's well within, that's why the tires still look good. Yeah, and I think that that's a good play right now is, you know, everyone's like, oh, we gotta go EV. It's like, okay, for local driving, EVs are a 10 out of 10. There's nothing better.
Yeah, exactly.
But on road trips, it can in certain cases, especially outside of Tesla, cause an inconvenience. It takes a little bit longer. Like if you got a 3-day weekend coming up and you don't have a lot of vacation throughout the year, you don't want to be spending more hours driving.
Yeah.
So I get in that case on long distance road trips why you'd want to have a gas car, hit any gas station and you go. But yeah, for around town driving, there's nothing better. Plus the software updates over time, that's been great. Now the position you're in, you got to get rid of this. You may see, I don't think Tesla has a program where you can buy the car out. A lot of times they'll show you your end of lease buyout. Tesla doesn't have that. So you're looking at the Ioniq 5 right now, which is a solid vehicle.
Yep. For another lease, Ioniq 5, and I think it's a 2-year lease. And yeah, the prices, like you said, they're trying to give those away.
Right. So. Yeah, they can't move them off the lot. So what I'd like from you guys, if you could leave some comments below as to what other options John could look at. Should he be looking at buying a used Tesla? Are there any crazy lease deals out there? Do you want to stick with EV for this car?
I do want to stick with EV moving on in the future.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to hybrid or gas, so I'm looking to stay with EV.
Okay, so I'm curious to see what you guys are seeing in your area, wherever you're at in the US, because that's always really helpful to get different perspectives, like we can only see so much. So let us know what you think in the comments. He loves Tesla, would like to stick with it, but it's kind of not a great experience having some, I mean, in all fairness, like there is damage to the rear bumper. If they have to sell the car, they have to fix it, so that makes sense. But yeah, it is crazy. It's weird that there's a disposition. Why do I have to pay to give my car back that I've been paying? Just like mold that into the payment somehow. It's weird. Oh, so there's even a crack here. Did they hit you for that? Maybe
they did not hit me for that.
Oh, that's good.
Hopefully they don't when I turn it in.
Maybe we'll save the video to after you turn it. Test will be like, eh. So that's cool. Yeah, but overall, I mean, the car looks very clean, has 18,000 miles on it. So I see why. And we were also talking about, we have kids, so if you go to the grocery store or something like that, being able to leave it on keep the climate down, or if you're leaving in 15 minutes, and we're in Phoenix, so like I said, oven on 450 for 10 minutes, open it up, that's Phoenix. Just burns your face off. So being able to keep the car cool and comfortable when you have young children is very important out here, and no one does it better than them. Now, before we get into the lease deals that are currently going on with Rivians, I want to do a quick message from today's video sponsor, DeleteMe, which I have been using for months now. DeleteMe starts by having you fill out a profile of your name, common spellings, your phone number, address or previous addresses you've lived at to find your information that data brokers are selling. These data brokers, like LexisNexis, aggregate data, cleanse it, analyze it, and then license it to sell to other data brokers or other organizations interested in that data. So in this case, insurance companies. DeleteMe will generate your first report, and it can take a few days all the way up to a month to get your information removed from the internet. And the best part is they keep removing your information every 3 months as it continues to pop up if it does. So I've personally been using this for 4 months now and get little to no robocalls. That was a big issue before. I was getting robocalls constantly. And then Google searches of me have totally changed. Like everything looks as it should now. No personal information is out there. So I personally have seen this work for me. So I have a link in the description that will save 20% off DeleteMe US consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/Gjeebs20 and use promo code Gjeebs20 at checkout. There's also a link for international plans. DeleteMe, thank you for sponsoring this video. Now I'm going to give you a little bit more in-depth information on the Rivian lease deals that are happening right now. I wasn't aware of this employee discount. I'm not privy to this information. Some people think I'm like, you know, can text Elon Musk and RJ Scarnage. I'm like, no one knows who I am. So here's the information behind that $1,000 non-refundable deposit when you want to lease a Rivian. So you can see here the adventure package starts at $69,900, quad motors $6,000, large pack $3,100, and then the LA Silver and 21-inch wheels are included along with the interior. Then you have the 23 lease promotion going on, which was $1,075 off, and an employee R1T discount offer, another $6,000 off, bringing the vehicle subtotal to $71,925. Keep in mind, this is a quad motor all-wheel drive. Mine is a dual motor all-wheel drive. I pay $1,003 a month leasing this thing, and it's not even the quad motor. So $71,925, and then the leasing details, which is the 36-month term lease, 12,000 miles a year, monthly payment, $488.71 per month, deposit credit, EV lease credit, Do It signing now. This is the secret that everyone's after. The Do It signing is $6,172. That includes the taxes. The acquisition fee on this one is $895, and documentation $347, title and registration $302. So total Do It signing $6,172.27, then $488 a month. Let's see what that is. $488 times 36, $17,568 plus the 6,000, 23. So $24,000. That's going to cost you over 3 years to own a Rivian R1T if you're able to find a good one in inventory from 2023. So you just have to decide if that's worth it to you. The running costs are going to be minimal. You probably in 3 years will have to replace the tires. I'm seeing people replace them at 20,000 miles. Take that with a grain of salt though, because you always see the most negative thing online. Your biggest fear is always what pops up online. Some people are probably getting normal mileage out of them, but these are very heavy. The way that the camber sits when you adjust the air suspension into low mode. So it all really depends, but I thought that that was really good information there on the behind the scenes leasing of a Rivian. So I hope this video is helpful to you in terms of what happens when you're turning in the lease with a Tesla, and then what happens behind the scenes of the $1,000 deposit with leasing a Rivian, and seeing what's possible in terms of discounts when leasing Rivian. Now, if you want to see what the difference is between normal and sport mode on this Rivian R1T Performance, click this video right here. I go through all the differences in that, and that might be very interesting to you.